Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to speak about something that touches on the very essence of our existence, the reason we were born, and the powerful forces at play in our lives. We are all familiar with the term chosen ones. You've heard it before in stories, in scriptures, in ancient myths. But what does it really mean to be a chosen one? More importantly, how does being a chosen one impact our lives in a world filled with challenges, forces beyond our control, and supernatural powers that seem to have the ability to influence and even destroy? It is often said that the chosen ones are immune to witchcraft. They walk through life untouched by the curses and spells that are meant to harm others. But why is this? What makes them different from those around them? Is it destiny? Is it simply a matter of luck? Or is there a deeper spiritual reason for this immunity? Let's explore together why chosen ones are immune to witchcraft and what this means for each of us. The purpose of the chosen ones. From the beginning of time, before the foundation of the world, there was a divine purpose set out for certain individuals. The chosen ones were not born by accident, nor were they created by mere chance. They are individuals who have a specific mandate to fulfill, a higher calling, if you will. Their lives are not their own. They are part of a grander plan. This divine purpose is what sets them apart from others. It is the reason they were chosen in the first place, and it is the driving force behind every step they take on their journey. The immunity to witchcraft comes not from some arbitrary source, but from the divine authority that comes with this higher calling. When you are chosen for a purpose greater than yourself, it is as though the very hand of God is placed upon you. This authority shields you from the forces that seek to destroy your destiny. Witchcraft, with all its darkness and deceit, cannot prevail against the light of divine purpose that burns within you. The very foundation of who you are rests in something much greater than the schemes of those who would wish you harm. For the chosen ones, their purpose is not only a blessing but also a protective covering. When you walk in purpose, you are not walking alone. You are walking in alignment with the divine will. And when you are aligned with that will, no weapon formed against you can prosper. It is this alignment that acts as a shield, blocking the powers of witchcraft from having any effect. Their very purpose becomes the defense they need against the attacks of the enemy. The world, however, does not understand this. Many may see the chosen ones as ordinary individuals, but those who have been set apart in this way carry within them an unseen power. The enemy knows that they are not ordinary, and that is why witchcraft and other dark forces cannot touch them. The divine protection is not just a passive shield, but an active force that goes before them, clearing their path and ensuring that nothing can stand in the way of the divine mission they are meant to fulfill. In the end, the chosen one's immunity to witchcraft is a direct result of their connection to a higher purpose. The enemy knows that their time will be wasted if they try to interfere. There is no greater defense than living in alignment with your purpose. When you know your purpose and walk in it, you become an unstoppable force. The authority of the chosen ones. As the chosen ones walk in their divine purpose, they carry with them an authority that cannot be undermined. This is not the kind of authority that comes from power, wealth, or influence in the world. It is not the authority that you can purchase or gain through worldly means. The authority of the chosen ones comes directly from the Creator, the source of all life. This authority is a spiritual force that transcends anything in the physical realm. Witchcraft operates in the spiritual realm, and its power is rooted in the manipulation of unseen forces. But the authority that the chosen ones carry is not just spiritual in nature, it is divinely ordained. This authority is what gives them power over the forces of darkness. It is what allows them to stand firm in the face of witchcraft and declare that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. When you are chosen, you are given dominion over the forces of evil. Just as Adam was given dominion over the earth, so too are the chosen ones given dominion over the spiritual forces that seek to harm them. The enemy may try to attack, but they cannot succeed. The authority of the chosen ones is stronger, more enduring, and more powerful than any form of witchcraft or sorcery. When you walk in your authority, there is nothing the enemy can do to bring you down. This authority is also tied to the divine promise that the chosen ones are meant to fulfill their purpose. If the enemy could successfully use witchcraft to derail them, then the divine promise would be nullified. But that is not the case. The promises of God are sure, and the chosen ones are guaranteed victory because they are operating under His authority. This authority is the reason they cannot be harmed by witchcraft or any other spiritual weapon. So, understand this. When you are chosen, you carry an authority that comes directly from the source of all creation. That authority is your shield against the darkness, your weapon against the forces of witchcraft, and your guarantee of victory in the face of all opposition. Divine protection surrounding the chosen ones. When we talk about the immunity of the chosen ones to witchcraft, we are talking about more than just protection from physical harm. Divine protection is not limited to the visible and tangible. It extends into the invisible, the spiritual realm. The chosen ones are enveloped in a protective covering that shields them from all harm, whether that harm comes in the form of witchcraft, curses, or spiritual attacks. This protection is a manifestation of the divine care and attention that is given to those who are set apart for a special purpose. God, in His infinite wisdom and love, ensures that His chosen ones are never left vulnerable to the attacks of the enemy. It's as though a spiritual wall is placed around them, a wall that cannot be penetrated by the enemy's devices. The enemy may try to cast their spells, but the chosen ones are surrounded by a protection that renders those spells ineffective. This divine protection is not just something that happens by accident. It is the direct result of God's faithfulness to His promises. This protection is also an active force. It does not just passively keep harm away. It actively works to frustrate the plans of the enemy. When witchcraft is aimed at a chosen one, the very hand of God moves to block it, to cancel it out, and to render it powerless. There is no power that can stand against the divine protection that surrounds them. It is a covering that cannot be breached, a defense that is impenetrable. The chosen ones may not always see this protection with their physical eyes, but it is always there, working in the background. There are times when they may feel as though they are walking through dangerous terrain, but they are never truly alone. God's protection is with them every step of the way, and nothing can harm them unless it is within His divine will. This protection is part of the covenant that God has with His chosen ones. It is a covenant of safety, of preservation, and of victory. When you understand this level of divine protection, it changes how you view the world. You no longer live in fear of what might happen to you, because you know that God's protection is upon you. No witchcraft, no curse, no spiritual attack can take you out, because you are covered by the most powerful protection in existence, the protection of the Almighty God, the chosen ones and their spiritual armor. In this world, there are forces that will seek to destroy you, to derail your destiny, and to prevent you from fulfilling your divine purpose. But when you are chosen, you are given spiritual armor that makes you impervious to the attacks of the enemy. This armor is not made of physical materials, but of spiritual strength and resilience. It is the armor of faith, the armor of righteousness, the armor of peace, and the armor of truth. The chosen ones wear this spiritual armor daily. It is a constant source of protection and strength, enabling them to stand firm in the face of any attack. When the enemy comes against them with witchcraft, they are able to stand strong, knowing that their armor cannot be pierced. This armor is the result of their relationship with the divine, a relationship that equips them to overcome anything the enemy throws their way. Each piece of spiritual armor is designed to protect them from specific attacks. The shield of faith deflects the arrows of doubt and fear. The helmet of salvation guards their minds from confusion and deception. The breastplate of righteousness protects their hearts from evil desires and temptations. The belt of truth holds everything together, ensuring that they remain grounded in the reality of who they are and what they are called to do. When the chosen ones wear their spiritual armor, they are untouchable by the forces of darkness. Witchcraft cannot penetrate the armor of truth, and curses cannot touch the shield of faith. The armor is not just a passive defense, but an active force that enables them to fight back, to reclaim territory, and to stand victorious in the face of evil. This spiritual armor is not something that can be seen with the natural eye, but it is real, powerful, and effective. It is a gift from God to His chosen ones, ensuring that they are never unprotected in this world. It is the armor that allows them to walk in victory no matter the opposition. The faith of the chosen ones. One of the key reasons why the chosen ones are immune to witchcraft is their faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is the belief in things that cannot be touched or felt, but are just as real as the physical world around us. The chosen ones have an unwavering faith in the divine purpose for their lives, in the protection of God, and in the victory that is promised to them. This faith is what sustains them in the midst of spiritual warfare. When witchcraft and other dark forces are aimed at them, it is their faith that keeps them standing. They trust in the power of God's promises, knowing that He who called them is faithful to protect them and bring them through any challenge. Their faith acts as a spiritual force field, surrounding them and making them impervious to attack. The faith of the chosen ones is not just an intellectual belief. It is a deep, unshakable confidence that no matter what comes their way, they will overcome. This faith enables them to stand firm in the face of adversity and to declare victory before the battle is even won. It is this kind of faith that gives them immunity to witchcraft. When you walk in faith, you are walking in the victory that has already been secured for you. The enemy may try to shake you, to cause doubt and fear, but your faith will keep you standing strong. It is your faith that enables you to rise above the attacks of the enemy and walk in the divine protection that has been promised to you. The role of prayer and intercession for the chosen ones. Finally, prayer is an essential part of the chosen one's immunity to witchcraft. Through prayer, they tap into the power of God, accessing His strength, wisdom, and protection. Prayer is not a passive activity. It is an active engagement with the divine, a way of calling down the power of God to fight on your behalf. The chosen ones understand the power of prayer, and they engage in it fervently. Prayer connects them to the divine source of their authority and protection. It is through prayer that they declare their immunity to witchcraft and declare that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. When they pray, they are not just asking for protection. They are proclaiming their victory over the forces of darkness. It is through prayer that they establish the power of God in their lives, ensuring that witchcraft cannot take hold. The chosen ones are also intercessors, standing in the gap for others and calling down blessings, protection, and victory for those around them. Their prayers are not limited to their own needs, but extend to the world around them as they stand in the place of authority and intercede for the purposes of God to be fulfilled. In this way, their immunity to witchcraft becomes a blessing not just for them, but for the world they live in. Through prayer, the chosen ones activate the promises of God in their lives. They speak words of authority, commanding the forces of darkness to flee. They declare their immunity to witchcraft, and the power of God responds, confirming their declarations and bringing victory. Prayer is the key to their spiritual strength and protection, ensuring that they are never vulnerable to the attacks of the enemy. The connection between the chosen ones and divine favor. When we speak about the chosen ones, we must acknowledge the overwhelming divine favor that accompanies them. The chosen ones are not merely individuals marked by a higher purpose. They are also recipients of God's unmerited favor. This favor works as a supernatural force that accelerates their journey, opening doors that no one can shut, and creating opportunities where there should be none. It is through divine favor that the chosen ones are positioned in places of influence, power, and authority. And it is through this favor that they are shielded from the destructive forces of witchcraft and evil. Divine favor is not based on merit or achievement, but on God's sovereign will to bless those who have been chosen for His purpose. It is this favor that sets the chosen ones apart from the ordinary. They are not favored because of their own strength or wisdom, but because they are the vessels through which God's will is being manifested on earth. This favor is not just for their benefit, it serves as a sign of God's faithfulness to His promises and His people. Witchcraft, in its essence, seeks to manipulate, control, and sabotage the lives of those it targets. It thrives in environments of fear and insecurity where people feel vulnerable and unprotected. But the chosen ones who walk in divine favor are immune to such schemes. The favor of God shields them from these attacks, making them untouchable. Witchcraft cannot flourish where favor abounds because favor acts as a force field that nullifies its power. Where the favor of God rests, the enemy has no foothold. This favor is evident in every area of life. It is seen in the relationships they build, the work they do, the people they encounter, and even in the protection they experience from harm. The chosen ones seem to be at the right place at the right time, meeting the right people and being shielded from harm in ways that others cannot comprehend. This is not by chance. It is the outpouring of God's favor upon their lives, ensuring that no weapon formed against them can prosper. Favor brings with it an added dimension of immunity to witchcraft. The very presence of favor in a person's life announces to the enemy that they are untouchable. Just as a king's royal decree protects his subjects from harm, the favor of God acts as a decree of protection over the chosen ones. Those who are favored by God walk in confidence, knowing that they have a divine protector who is actively working on their behalf to thwart the schemes of the enemy. Therefore, the chosen one's immunity to witchcraft is not just about their purpose, authority, and protection, but also about the overwhelming and undeniable favor that God has placed upon their lives. This favor is a tangible manifestation of God's presence and power, ensuring that no evil force can prevail. The transformation of the chosen ones through trials. The chosen ones are not immune to the trials and tribulations that life presents. They, like anyone else, face challenges, difficulties, and moments of weakness. But it is in the midst of these trials that the chosen ones are transformed, refined, and strengthened. Trials are not signs of abandonment or vulnerability. Rather, they are opportunities for growth and preparation. In the context of witchcraft, trials may seem like moments where the enemy attempts to harm the chosen ones. But the reality is that these challenges serve a greater purpose in shaping their destiny and further equipping them to overcome any attack. Through trials, the chosen ones are refined like gold in the fire. Witchcraft may attempt to poison their purpose, to alter their course, or to destroy their sense of peace. But each challenge, though painful, becomes a stepping stone for greater strength, resilience, and spiritual maturity. The fire of trial purifies the soul, burns away impurities, and increases their ability to resist the enemy's advances. The chosen ones grow stronger through each battle, learning to rely not on their own strength, but on the power of the divine. When witchcraft comes against them, it is not a sign of weakness. It is an opportunity for God to display His power in their lives. Their faith is tested and proved, and they emerge victorious, not because they have never faced difficulty, but because they have learned to stand firm in the midst of it. This process of transformation is key to their immunity. Trials do not break them, they build them. This transformation also brings a deeper understanding of the authority and protection they carry. As the chosen ones face and overcome one trial after another, they begin to recognize the hand of God in their lives more clearly. Their immunity to witchcraft is not just a passive shield. It is a result of an active, lived experience of God's faithfulness. They learn through each trial that nothing can touch them because God is with them, refining them, strengthening them, and ensuring that they are more than conquerors. Witchcraft may seek to destroy them, but it is through these trials that they discover the depth of their divine calling and the power they have been given. Each battle fought, each trial endured, makes them more immune to the powers of darkness, because it is in these moments that their spiritual armor is strengthened, their faith deepened, and their authority increased. The chosen ones emerge from their trials more resilient, more focused on their purpose, and more immune to the attacks of the enemy. It is through transformation that they find their true strength. Ultimately, the trials the chosen ones face are not roadblocks, but opportunities for spiritual growth. They realize that the enemy can attack, but it cannot defeat them. They have been chosen not just to survive, but to thrive, to grow, and to become more like the image of the one who has called them Their immunity to witchcraft is not just a matter of divine favor, protection, or purpose. It is also the result of the transformation they undergo in the fire of life's trials. We have now come to understand the profound reasons why the chosen ones are immune to witchcraft. It is not through mere luck or coincidence, but through the divine purpose that they carry, the authority they wield, the protection that surrounds them, the armor they wear, and the faith that sustains them. Their immunity comes from the favor of God and the transformation they undergo as they walk through trials. Each of these elements works together to ensure that no weapon formed against them will ever prosper. The chosen ones are set apart for a higher purpose. And as long as they remain faithful to that purpose, they will continue to walk in the victory that has been promised to them. No force, no witchcraft, no curse can stand in the way of those who are walking in the fullness of God's plan. The chosen ones are invincible because their purpose is greater than any attack the enemy could devise. Let us take heart in knowing that when we walk in alignment with divine purpose, when we carry divine authority, and when we place our trust in God's protection, we too are immune to the forces that seek to destroy us. We are the chosen ones, and nothing can stand against us